Hey guys, in a company announcement, uh, Manila Electric Company, in a disclosure, have a declaration of cash dividends. So, Manila Electric Company has declared a cash dividends for its common shares. So, it is the amount of cash dividend per share is 7.824 peso per share. So the source of dividend payment is the 2020 core consolidated net income. The type of cash dividend is regular, and the record date is on March 30, 2021, and it will be paid, or payment date it will be on April 26, 2021. In the news today, Meralco core income down by 9% in 2020. So reading further, fourth quarter profit slips as home takes biggest consumption share. Manila Electric Company, Meralco, posted a core net income of 5.98 billion in the fourth quarter of 2020, down 11.2% year-on-year to cap 2020 with residential users accounting for the biggest share of power consumption. So, because of the lockdown, uh, commercial establishment limited their hours, open hours, like some restaurants open 24 hours, but due to the lockdown, it opened only less than or limited hours. So the consumption uh, was reduced. However, those working in those time slots remain in their homes. That's why the residential consumer increases. So consumption increases. So going further, reading further, excluding one-time items, the power distribution utilities reported income slipped by around 2% to 5.064 billion pesos, its finance chief said in a media briefing on Monday. For a full year, 2020, Meralco reported an 8.9% drop in core net income to 21.71 billion pesos, as it lagged lower electricity sales due to reduced power purchases. We ended 2020 with consolidated core net income of 21.7 billion pesos, about 9% lower than the 23.8 billion pesos in 2019. Meralco Senior Vice President and Chief Finance Officer Betty C. Yap said to present the listed firms operating and financial results for 2020. Our gross revenues were at 275.3 billion pesos, 14% lower than 2019, while volume also dropped. Our electricity revenues dropped 7%, reflecting the reduction in purchased power costs, she added. Meralco's reported income last year decreased 30%. So that's the income, it's a decrease of 30% to 16.32 billion pesos. The figure was adjusted to exclude the effect of foreign exchange gains or losses, impairment charges, mark-to-market adjustment, and other one-time exceptional transactions. Core earnings per share stood at 19.262 pesos. Last year, sales volumes were skewed toward the residential segment as the lockdown restriction brought about the rise of work from home arrangements, just what I have said a while ago, online distance learning, and limited movement. Meanwhile, the growth rate of commercial volumes dropped by 20% as hotels and retail trade were the hardest hit, just also I have said a while ago, with foot traffic in malls, hotels, and other retail establishments experiencing a drastic decline. So of course, though the revenues or the earnings of also of those sectors, the hotels, the malls, and retail establishments have declined, so reduced earning. So continuing further, the power firm added that industrial volumes inched up gradually by the end of the year as manufacturers started to operate. For the first time since March 2020, industrial volumes reflected positive 4% growth in December. The semiconductor and non-metallic industries provided the increase to the volumes and took the share in sales from the food and beverage and packaging industries, Meralco said in a statement. Meralco said that residential, commercial, and industrial volumes accounted for 38%, 34%, and 28% of sales. Before the pandemic, commercial volume accounted for the biggest share at 40%. Energy sales further declined due to the three typhoons that affected Meralco's franchise area. These typhoons are Typhoon Quinta, which resulted in unrealized sales of over 19 gigawatts hour, and Super Typhoon Rolly, which left 21 gigawatt hour of unserved volume, and Typhoon Ulysses, which affected 92% of the Meralco's customers. Still, Meralco's customer base grew 4% by the end of the year as it recorded a total of 7.1 million customers added, with a net of 249,000 new customers. In a statement issued after the briefing, Meralco Chairman Manuel V. Pangilinan said, "We are committed to enabling the reopening of the economy, which we hope happens this year. We are encouraged by Meralco's January 2021 operating trends, including energy sold to commercial customers starting to regain traction." During the briefing, the firm also gave updates on its latest competitive selection process, CSP, which sought to look for eligible firms that could supply 1,800 megawatts of power to the company. Meralco said that the third-party bids and award committee determined that the two firms with the best bids, Excellent Energy Resources Incorporated and Masinloc Power Partners Company Limited, were issued notices of award. Both firms are subsidiaries of SMC Global Power Holdings Corporation or San Miguel Corporation. The company earlier said that excellent energy resources offered a levelized cost of electricity at 4.1462 per kilowatt peso per kilowatt hour, and Masinloc Power Partners Company Limited offered 4.2605 pesos per kilowatt hour. Both LCOEs were lower than the reserve price of 5.2559 per kilowatt hour. The LCOE is used to compare power supply offers from various firms over a period of 20 years. Meralco Vice President and Head of Utility Economics Department, Lawrence S. Fernandez, previously said. Shares in Meralco at the local bourse improved 1.11% or 3 peso to end at 274 pesos a piece on Monday. So this is the news today. Thank you for watching. See you on our next video.